Welcome to another vlog. In this video, I'm going to share with you some clips from Lily's birthday. We surprised her by dressing up as Cinderella and Prince Charming, and I'm also going to give you the inside scoop on what happened to the Universally Judged podcast. Enjoy. Today is the day we are surprising Lily. I'm so excited. Tomorrow is her official birthday, but we're having a little party with her for her today. I'm dressing up as Cinderella. Brennan is dressing up as Prince Charming. I think she's gonna be so excited, but maybe she's gonna be scared. I have no idea, but I did my makeup. I just have to put on my wig and dress, accessories. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. What do we do? Lily, it's on.
Hi, hello.
Yeah. Who is it?
Oh, wow.
Do you want to come see?
Period. We are in that room at the end.
What is it? Thank you. Do you like my dress?
Are you being shy? Are you playing shy? Hey? Hey! For obviously more days and stuff down the road, but and then pull ups. You need a nucky? Nucky? Oh, you want your necky to be like that?
What's this?
Oh, beautiful. Oh, mommy and daddy?
Daddy. Okay,
You calling Princess Aurora right away? What are those? See? Yeah. I'm gonna play with you again. Again. Okay, again. Just like, maybe like that one. That one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lily. Happy birthday to you. This is one of the biggest snowfalls so far in Halifax this year. And one of the kind of sad things is it starts melting like right away. Like it's already melting. No! Oh, it's a lot of snow. Dog room.
Dog room. Let's go, Mom.
Okay.
Get him.
Okay. So I shared in my last video that I would explain why it took me so long to share the Pia Wurtzbach interview. Now, this is not meant to bash anyone. I just feel like I owe a lot of you an explanation. Some of you may have noticed that my Universally Judged podcasts just stopped. They were being released every single week and then they abruptly stopped a few weeks ago. Basically, what happened is this is the first project that I have ever worked on that I was not in complete 100% control over all the decisions. For those who maybe don't know, all of my YouTube editing, Instagram editing, every single thing that you see me put out in terms of content, videos, photos, stories, reels, TikTok, I do all of that. Like, I capture it, or Leighton helps me capture it. I edit, I post, like I do everything. And in terms of brand partnerships, I handle all of like the back and forth, the communication. So I'm essentially a one-woman show with some help from Leighton, some help from Brennan, and of course Lily makes appearances. And the podcast was in partnership with a company, and it was the first time ever that I didn't have 100% say in decisions such as when episodes would come out, what graphics would look like, and colors, just all of that stuff. And Pia obviously was an amazing guest. I was able to share the interview with you here on YouTube, or on YouTube if you're watching this on a different platform, and she was such an amazing guest. But that episode was supposed to be the very first episode of Universally Judged. That was what I believed, that's what I told people. I was told it would be like the opening, one of like the opening episodes when we launched the podcast. It wasn't. I didn't know that. I wasn't informed that it wouldn't be included. So I had told a bunch of people, I told some of you that it was going to be included in the launch. It wasn't, and then week after week it wasn't included. I just want you guys to know that this wasn't my doing. Like, I wasn't trying to drag it out. I wasn't trying to not share it with you, but it was a decision that I didn't make. And why you haven't seen any episodes of Universally Judged for the last few weeks is because I was putting so much time into this. And maybe some of you, I mean, you wouldn't know this actually, I've never shared this, but I was not paid to be a host for the show. Typically you have brand sponsorships for a podcast, or if you're like a host, you'll be like paid as a host, and I was not being compensated. But you know what, sometimes you go into a project looking at the long run, like looking like, okay, maybe this will bring in an income eventually. So I was putting in tons of hours. It was actually costing me money because I was paying to have a babysitter for Lily, and I was putting in so much time. And even though the team was doing stuff as well, I of course was making the connections with people like Pia and, you know, doing my part. I was essentially like the only one not being compensated for my time, and I reached a point where actually it was taking away from my paid work. So I was not able to put in as much time into my paid sponsorships on Instagram. It was just taking up so much of my time that it was taking away from my actual paid work, and there was like no guarantee that the podcast would be paid. And of course sometimes you have a passion project, but like this was turning into more than a passion project. Like, it was taking up hours and hours and hours of every week for me. And so I basically said that because other people were getting paid and I was not getting paid, I didn't see that as fair, and I wanted to make sure I stood up for myself, because I feel like as women we don't always stand up for ourselves. We're afraid to like make people mad, and we don't want to like step on toes, and we don't want to stand up for ourselves because we're scared of what people might say. And I thought to myself, this is not the advice I would give to someone else. I would tell someone like, you need to stand up for yourself. You need to make sure that you're being fairly compensated for your time, your expertise, your connections, because nobody wants to get used. No one wants to have their connections be used. And most importantly, honestly, was my connection with all of you, the trust that I have built with you guys, with my audience. And I felt like I didn't want that trust to be wrecked in any kind of way, because I asked you to listen to the podcast, to rate the podcast, to basically invest with me into this project. I wanted to make sure that, okay, I need to stand up for myself. I need to make sure I'm involved in these decisions. So anyways, at the end of the day, they basically said that it wasn't, basically I wouldn't be compensated, and that was it. And they were going to take the show off their networks, and that was all. So that's it for Universally Judged. We recorded, I think, 18 episodes. Only 12 or 13 were actually released as podcasts. I will be able to share the rest of the episodes with you here on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, so that's exciting, that's great. But yeah, unfortunately it will not be continuing as a podcast. But I do want to thank you all so much for putting your trust into me, and for listening for those who listen, and for rating for those who gave ratings. I appreciate it so much, and I do apologize because I did not foresee this happening, and I had a few weeks where I was like really upset about this because I put in so much time. Not only did I put in time, I asked you for your time, I asked you to trust me in this project, and I also I used some of my connections, right? My connections with past title holders, with friends in the industry, and so I really kind of put myself out there, put my reputation on the line, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But I did just want to give an update because I've been getting a lot of questions of what happened to the podcast, why is there no podcast episodes out yet, like where's the new episodes, what's happening. So I really felt like I owed you all an explanation, so I hope that makes sense. And anyways, you'll still see a lot of content from me that'll definitely be more in my control, and you know, you live and learn, and things happen. But thank you all so much for those who did listen. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. As always, if you want to see more from me, feel free to hit subscribe, like this video, comment below, and we will see you guys next time.